assemble the fuel system. Turn the valve on. Open the vent. Ooh, filled right up. It's eager. So we're going to choke it, and then this is the throttle.
All right, we're back in the shop, and this week we are looking at a kind of an interesting little rotary Wankel engine here. Nate, tell us about how you came across this thing, and then we're going to try to start it up.
I was buying some RC boats off a guy, and he knew I liked interesting things, so he showed me this. Said it has not been installed, it's just been like a display engine since, I guess, I don't know, 60s or 70s, but we're gonna clean the gas tank and try and fire it up. It hasn't been running obviously a long time.
What are some of the specs on this thing? Do you know what the name brand is or anything like that?
It's a Sachs. I don't know what model it is, so I think they use these on like Arctic Cat snowmobiles, maybe something like that. I really don't know for sure, but I think it's from the late 60s or 70s.
Somebody had just kind of hard mounted it to this old piece of, I don't know, cabinetry or some kind of little piece of old door or something. So let's see, we'll do a couple things and see if we can get it started. All right, the first order of business is removing this gas tank. We want to vacuum out or kind of get rid of all the old lacquered up fuel that's in there first. And obviously put some fresh in there. Special gas, right? You don't want any of that ethanol.
Yeah, non-ethanol, and I mean obviously this was in the era of leaded gas, but we're not going to run leaded gas. We'll just run a little extra oil, premix oil. I'm not sure this fuel line is going to come off here without breaking. I imagine it's going to crumble.
All right, so a couple lines and a couple bolts, and we'll get this thing undone.
Came off.
All right, so the tank's off. Let's, I don't know, maybe we can peek inside. I don't know if you could really tell from the outside here, but we'll take the lid off.
And there's a little mesh filter for just catching any large stuff. I don't know if you can see in there or not. I can probably get a better light. Yeah, it's not so bad. There's a filter in the bottom. I don't know if you can see in there. There's actually a screen, so I'm just going to rinse it out. And so there's no large rust. And then we'll fill it back up and see if it starts.
So we've already noticed right away that the petcock is clogged. We put a little splash of fuel in there just to kind of splash it around to see if we could loosen anything up and also see if it would kind of feed out, but it's clogged at the moment, so we'll have to figure that out. I would say that probably had something to do with it.
There we go. I can't get through it.
Alright, so we're going to abandon the old tank and the petcock here just for tonight, because I think the old seals have kind of disintegrated and clogged everything up, so they're going to probably need a full rebuild. So we're going to fall back and get a nice substitute here. So here's our solve for the problem for tonight. We have our non-ethanol gas linked up, kind of daisy chain down through here, little filter.
This thing hasn't been turned over in a long time. So we're gonna put some oil into the, well, I guess it's not really a cylinder. We're gonna put some oil into the combustion chamber and turn the engine over. Worst toolkit ever. Not gonna mention any names. Doesn't look like it's got much runtime on it. Bosch, Germany. Then we're gonna slowly pull it over. Put some more oil in it. Ooh, there it goes. Obviously I don't want to hydrolock it, but I just want to put some oil in this thing to get some lubrication started. I'm sure it's really dry in there. Let's put the plug back in and see if it starts. Assemble the fuel system. Turn the valve on. Open the vent. Ooh, filled right up. It's eager. I believe this would probably be the choke lever. So we're going to choke it, and then this is the throttle. Give it a couple pulls and see what it does. Oh. Dripping fuel, as you can imagine, so I would say it's getting fuel. So I don't actually know what these levers do, but it does still look like the choke and the throttle. Seems to only be running with the choke off, but the throttle's not responding. So, oh, maybe that's not even doing anything. This thing has some type of governor on it. And I'm sure somebody knows, but right now I don't. So there's a belt here that drives this governor, and the governor is what's controlling the throttle, so it's just set at one speed. But
so it must have run a piece of equipment or something like that.
Well, I don't think it ever ran anything, but yeah, it was probably sold to run something at one certain speed. I don't know, lawnmower, who knows what. But anyway, I want to see if I can make it control.
So now you're trying to unplug the governor
and figure out how to do the throttle.
That did it.
Yep.
Now the question is, what does it go in?
Yep.